What if some of the things you believe about yourself aren't actually true? Maybe you've thought, I'm not good enough. Something bad is always going to happen. I'll never change. God is disappointed in me. Nobody really cares about me. And because you've thought these things so many times, they can begin to feel like facts. But here's the fascinating part. Your brain doesn't automatically believe something because it's true. Sometimes it believes something because it's familiar. And that's why a lie repeated enough times can begin to feel like reality. Your brain receives an enormous amount of information every moment. Sounds, images, memories, emotions, sensations, thoughts. It cannot consciously analyze everything, so your brain relies on shortcuts. It uses previous experiences and patterns to make quick predictions about what is happening now. That's useful. It helps you navigate the world without having to consciously figure everything out from scratch. But there's a problem. Your brain can learn the wrong pattern. If you've repeatedly experienced rejection, you may begin expecting rejection. If you've repeatedly failed at something, you may begin expecting failure. If you've repeatedly told yourself that you're incapable, your brain can begin treating that thought as a familiar prediction. And eventually, you stop saying, maybe I can't do this. You start saying, I can't do this. The possibility becomes an identity. Here's something important. Familiar doesn't always mean true. If you hear the same statement repeatedly, it can become easier for your brain to process. And when something becomes familiar and easy to process, it can sometimes feel more believable. Think about a song you've heard many times. At first, you may not remember the lyrics, but after hearing it repeatedly, you can sing along without thinking. Your brain has learned the pattern. The same principle can apply to thoughts. I always mess things up. I'm behind in life. Nobody understands me. I'm just like this. God won't forgive me. The more these thoughts are repeated, the more automatic they can become. And eventually, you may not even question them. You simply believe them. This is where things become even more powerful. Sometimes we don't believe something because we have evidence. We believe it because we feel it. You feel afraid, so you conclude something must be wrong. You feel rejected, so you conclude nobody wants me. You feel spiritually distant, so you conclude God has left me. But feelings are real experiences. They are not always accurate interpretations of reality. Your brain can interpret an emotional state and turn it into a story. Fear says, you're in danger. Shame says, you're worthless. Anxiety says, something terrible is coming. But feeling something strongly doesn't automatically make the conclusion true. A feeling can be real without the story attached to it being true. This is one of the reasons negative beliefs can become so difficult to break. Suppose you believe, people always disappoint me. Someone might show you kindness 10 times. But then one person disappoints you. Your brain may immediately say, see, I knew it. The disappointment becomes evidence supporting the belief. The 10 positive experiences can be overlooked. This is related to what psychologists call confirmation bias, our tendency to notice, interpret, and remember information in ways that can reinforce what we already believe. And this doesn't only happen with other people. It can happen with yourself. If you believe you're a failure, one mistake can become proof. If you believe you're unlovable, one rejection can become proof. If you believe God doesn't hear you, one unanswered prayer can become proof. But one event is not necessarily the whole story. Your brain may be building a conclusion from incomplete evidence. Romans 12:2 says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Notice something. It doesn't simply say, try harder. It talks about transformation through the renewing of your mind. Because what repeatedly occupies your mind can influence the way you see yourself, your circumstances, other people, and even God. That's why you shouldn't automatically accept every thought that enters your mind. A thought is not a command. A thought is not a prophecy. A thought is not automatically a fact. And a thought is not automatically God's voice. You can pause and ask, is this actually true? What evidence supports it? What evidence contradicts it? Am I reacting to a fact or interpreting a feeling? What does God's word say about this? That pause creates space between the thought and your response. Here's where many people get stuck. They try to stop thinking negatively. Don't think about it. Don't worry. Stop being afraid. But simply trying to suppress a thought isn't always enough. Instead, learn to identify the lie and replace it with truth. If the thought is, I'm a failure, ask, Did I fail at something, or am I calling myself a failure? Those are completely different statements. If the thought is, God has abandoned me, ask, is my feeling of distance proof that God has abandoned me? Not necessarily. Psalm 46:1 says, God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. The goal isn't pretending difficult things don't exist. The goal is refusing to allow a distorted thought to become your identity. This is the hopeful part. Your brain is capable of change. Through learning and repeated experience, the brain can form and strengthen new patterns. So instead of repeatedly rehearsing, I'm hopeless, practice. This situation is difficult, but it isn't the end of my story. Instead of, I'll never change, practice. Change may take time, but I can take the next step. Instead of, God doesn't hear me, practice. My feelings are changing, but God's character has not changed. This isn't positive thinking for the sake of positive thinking. It's learning to bring your thoughts under the authority of truth. 2 Corinthians 10:5 says to take thoughts captive. That means you don't have to give every thought permission to become a belief. So the next time a thought enters your mind, don't immediately ask, why am I thinking this? Also ask, is this true? Because your brain can make familiar things feel true. Your emotions can make interpretations feel like facts. Your past can influence what you expect from the future. And repeated thoughts can become automatic. But automatic doesn't mean accurate. You are not required to believe every thought your mind produces. You can examine it, challenge it, replace it, and renew your mind. Because sometimes the greatest battle isn't happening around you, it's happening in the story your mind keeps telling you about what's happening around you, and that story can change. Renew your mind, change the pattern, return to truth.